Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. As the season starts to take shape, there is no better time to check in and see how the rookie race is looking. Some first-year players making big impressions early on in the season, and we'll monitor them to see who will be in prime position to take home the Rookie of the Year award. Not in the top 5 currently. He's amidst some terrific talent nonetheless, and there's still plenty of time for him.
And to be there among the top 10 of this very talented rookie class really says a lot about his potential.
Yep, and there's a lot of competition for the ROI this season. Rookie of the Year, folks, if you're not keeping up. And as early as it is, he's got plenty of time to put himself right in the middle of the running.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Maxey. Paul George is out there with Yabusele. And there's Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Rockets, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center position. And here are the Rockets now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And there's certainly an added challenge, right, Clark, in the second game of a back-to-back.
And you always wonder in that case, could fatigue play a role in deciding this game? Back-to-backs are hard, but there's no excuses. Everybody has to play them, so you deal with it and make the most of it.
Now, here's Maxey. His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Grimes. Outside for George. Hits it from 3-point range.
Cannot let George get his feet set out on the perimeter. He'll bury it.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. When I asked him how hard it is to game plan for Paul George, he just chuckled. He said he's one of the hardest guys in the league to guard. I really challenged our team to make sure we're communicating whenever he has the ball. It will be, as always, a team-first approach to slowing down PG-13. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Embiid. Rockets with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
That bucket in no time at all.
Good to see Brooks connecting from three-point land because it helps open up everything else for him and his team.
George with no one around. The three-pointer off the mark. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson sets the pick for Brooks. And there's the drive. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Seeing the lane and exploding towards the rack. What a take from Brooks.
Pass to Yabusele. The 3 from George. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Yabusele. Lets it go with a 3. No good there. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. Well, the Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio, along with the great value signings around the edges. Philly is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big 3, and they have a real chance now to win a championship.
No doubt about it. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Now here's Thompson. Boy, was he something else against Dallas.
My goodness. Man, Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
Pass to Grimes. Embiid with it. Over Brooks. Another miss by Philadelphia. into the paint. Şengün passes to Green. Houston moving the ball around. Back to Van Vliet. Fires from deep. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Van Vliet. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 8 assists and 4 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Here's Grimes. He has yet to score. Outside, Green. Back to Thompson. For 3, Van Vliet. It's hauled in by the 76ers. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
You know, some teams just have your number, and that was the case between these two last season.
Yeah, on paper, it looked like it should have been no contest, but the opposite was true.
Here's Şengün. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Down low. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 4. And they double up Maxey. Van Vliet against George. Goes up on the wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in. George has got 8 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Green, the pass to Şengün. Can't hit from in close.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Maxey. Takes the 3. Cans it from downtown.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Brooks setting the pick for Şengün. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Here's Thompson. Following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. Out to Brooks. Pass to Van Vliet. Right side, Green. Launches it. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists tonight.
Green, lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
George up top. Brooks covering. Here's Grimes. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Şengün. And here is Van Vliet. From deep. Paul George grabs the miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he's got a shot like that.
Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Şengün. Green finds Brooks. No good from outside. The 76ers trail by 3. Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Here's Yabusele, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Van Vliet wide open, and a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Thompson.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to talk to his guys. Houston with a big group substitution here. Gay's checked in. Tari Eason comes in for Dylan Brooks. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Jalen Green. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And the Rockets with possession here. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey. Gay's shot is good.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Pass to Drummond. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Eason, a screen on Drummond. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Clark looking at the growth and skill set of Şengün. He could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
A nice shot by McCain.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Eason. Holiday looking over the floor. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A really good shot blocker. I like how Drummond times it up when he goes after those rejections. Well done.
It's good. Now just a 2-point Houston lead.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Usually you can expect Oubre to be the finisher, but when somebody else is this open, he moves the rock.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry comes in for Maxey. Rockets shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. If it counts. And the Rockets lead by 2. 1:39 left to play here in the first. Outside Lowry. Three-pointer. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Eason. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And here's Lowry. It's rebounded by Houston. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Here's Embiid following the score by Houston. And they get it. And the shot is good. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Once he gets that low, there's nothing you can do about it. Embiid is a major handful inside.
Screen by Şengün to the inside. Plays it up and banks it in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Embiid with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Şengün. Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight. And he has been the driving force for the... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that work.
Whitmore's out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Jalen Green. And Gay is in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's McCain, guarded by Green. Back to Butler. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Holiday.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Pass to Oubre from the arc. Green with the rebound. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game. It's stolen by Edwards. They get a hand on it. Here's Butler. Here's Embiid. Embiid going all out.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Houston leading by 7. You know, Clark, the Rockets have done a good job building a young foundation to this roster.
Yeah, I like what they've done, Kevin. They made big strides last season, and it's a team that's really growing up right in front of our eyes, and there's no reason that they can't continue the trend they're on.
Yes, that goes in. Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played. To the middle. Here's Eason. There's Green with the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 5. Pass to McCain. Driving the lane. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Edwards checked in for Aaron Holiday. The 76ers also with a sub. Walker's checked in. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
You know, you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Houston. Aaron Holiday comes in for Shepherd. Gordon's checked in for the 76ers. Here's McCain. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Holiday the pass to Eason. The kick out to Williams. Oubre with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
And the 76ers with some changes. Abusele comes in for Edwards. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Gordon. Pass to Grimes. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Embiid. Embiid beating good defense.
Boy, if you can't appreciate how skilled Embiid is, you got a problem. I mean, he's impossible for the defense to slow down.
Back to Holiday. Here's Gay. Williams for 3. Cranes the 3-pointer. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
At the top of the key, Embiid. He move. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
With his diverse offensive game, 7 feet tall, maybe a little north of that, and 280 pounds, Embiid might be the toughest assignment in the league.
Here's Williams. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Up top, Embiid. The rebound by Holiday. Embiid with the steal. Embiid throws it down.
Nothing new for Embiid here. Going off for a big scoring performance, par for the course.
Pass to Whitmore. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers trail by 5. It's stolen by Eason. Here's Gay. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Whitmore. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 5.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Yabusele. Outside, George. Here's Grimes. Here's Maxey. The 76ers with another miss. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Pass to Grimes. Here's Yabusele. He's covered by Thompson.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Here's Şengün. Count that one. Şengün's got 7 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
George nails the wide-open jump shot. 12 points for him.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
Van Vliet against Maxey. And he gets the bucket.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
The 76ers trail by 7. A 3-ball. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
With the speed at which Maxey plays, that pull-up is almost impossible to deal with.
Pass to Van Vliet. Here is Brooks. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Grimes, guarded by Green. Outside, Maxey. Wide open. Again, Philadelphia.
You know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
Brooks kicks to Şengün. Back to Brooks. This one for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Green. The 76ers also with a sub. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Here's Grimes. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
You know, as you add experience, you start to see the floor better. That was a sweet find by Drummond.
Thompson in the corner. Lets it go from deep. He can't get that one. The 76ers trail by 3. Grimes passes to Maxey. Here's Yabusele. Inside, here's George, and it's George finishing dishing it off.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
Şengün kicks to Van Vliet. It's up a three. It's Drummond with the rebound.
His shot's it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Thompson for three. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Armand will blow right by you.
Here's Drummond. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Şengün finds Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. Fires, high post. Rebound by the 76ers. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Painful to watch, guys. You can see the frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
They set the pick. Here's Grimes. And Drummond kicks to George. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got it all tied up now for the 76ers. The Rockets shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Grimes. Off target at the rim.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
For 3, Van Vliet. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Grimes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Good on the bucket. Grimes has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
The Rockets shooting it very well. 54% from the floor in the second quarter. And it's Shepard missing. Left side, George. Over Eason. Here's Yabusele. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. 76ers lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Taking a look at Houston, I don't look at win-loss records at this point. I want to see improvement from game to game.
I wish. And we now take a look at the Houston Rockets and the close first half they've played.
I got to see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's talk.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. We've got Yabusele. He's out there with Joel Embiid. Paul George is out there with Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2.
There is no slowing down Paul George. A volcanic eruption from PG tonight.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. And here's Brooks from outside. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Yabusele passes to Maxey. Here's Grimes. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. The 3. Brooks misses. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And stolen by Thompson. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Wasted no time on that one. Brooks has got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Rockets.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Maxey.
Not just a perimeter threat now. Maxey very adept at converting in close, too.
Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Off target from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Shot by Grimes. No good. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Thompson with the bucket.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Here's Maxey. They get it back. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The free throw drops for Embiid. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And they were second in the league in terms of fewest turnovers. Just a smart, heady group out there that doesn't beat themselves.
And last season, everything started with their defense. You mentioned their number 1 ranking in steals. The pressure they put on opponents was nonstop. Houston in the lead. For the 3, bangs home the trifecta. Brooks has got 22 points.
Well, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Stolen by Brooks. Pass to Van Vliet. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Grimes. Back to George. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Fader on the way. Brooks grabs the board.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
For 3, Van Vliet. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 4 assists in the game. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
The 76ers trail by 8. Maxey passes to Yabusele. Back to Maxey. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
Whitmore, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Pass to Grimes. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Thompson. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, throughout this game, they've been lighting it up from mid-range. I love seeing that. They've made that the focus of their offense, and it's really paid off.
And the other thing you notice is how committed they've been to playing with the pass, constantly moving that ball from one side to the other.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Gaze checked in. Tari Eason comes in for Amen Thompson. Williams is checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Jalen Green. Holiday. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Grimes has got 6 rebounds now in the game. From deep, George drills the three-pointer. George has got 24.
And this is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
In the corner, it's Eason. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now Eason, 13 points in the game. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. For the lead, the Rockets pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Holiday has it in the corner from past the arc. It's hauled in by George. The 76ers trail. For the tie, Eason grabs the board. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing. Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
George against Williams. Embiid with the screen on Williams. And here's George for 3. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Whitmore's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Gay. He's covered by Maxey. Shot by Eason, no good. The 76ers trail by 4. Right side, George. Buried from 15 feet out. George has got 26.
Love the flow and rhythm that George plays with. Very impressive. He's got a natural, comfortable cadence to his pace.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Şengün's checked in for Williams. Jalen Green comes in for Whitmore. It's Thompson in for Aaron Holiday.
Hey, Embiid is used to this. It's second nature to him. That's why he's so good at being able to score through contact.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic getting to his spots on the floor.
And the Rockets making a change here. Shepard's checked in. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Embiid.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Embiid inside. Şengün covering. They get the rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Reed Shepard.
Clearly clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review and
The previous play is under
foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review,
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
the immense speed at which these players are moving, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you gotta acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And Embiid drops them both.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Here's Maxey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Maxey's got 9 points here in the second half.
So far, he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Eason finds Şengün. The shot by Thompson, no good. The 76ers trail by 5. Grimes passes to Yabusele. Here's Embiid. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
And it's Shepard missing. Philadelphia's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
How about that? Flying high to send that one down. And you know what? When you've got the athleticism and explosion of a player like that, bigger guys are still at your mercy.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, "It feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time." Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker. I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. On the wing, Thompson. And the 3 ball is good. Thompson's got 19 points.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Pass to McCain. Here's Grimes. He's got 10, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. So for the Rockets, Gaze checked in, and it's Whitmore in for Green. Then for the 76ers, Andre Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid, and Oubre subbed in for Yabusele. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Pass to Drummond. Back to Oubre. For the lead. Offensive rebound. For the tie. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Whitmore's got 5 rebounds tonight. The tray. Eason's shot is good. He's got 27.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Well, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Outside, Maxey. Pass to Drummond. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. And the 76ers making a change here. Edwards is checked in.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Sengun passes to Easton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Down low, here's Oubre. That ties it up.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Whitmore with it. Here's Easton. To the wing on the left. Takes a three. Good on the three-point shot. Easton's got 30 points.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Shepard the pass to Sengun. With 1 on the clock. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Tari Easton getting it done for Houston. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up with tasty room service time right there, boy.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Green is out there with Shepard. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Tari Easton. And Gay is in at power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Three-pointer, Lowry. Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Easton. Here's Adams. Hits the three-point bomb. Adams has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Rockets. It's stolen by Shepard. Here's Gay. Covered by Oubre. And here's Green outside, and another 3 for Houston. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been of benefit, a lot of it just... comes down to what the body can withstand.
The Rockets making a switch here. Whitmore is checked in. Got a hand on it. Sinks that one from the post. Whitmore's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
To the left wing, Lowry has the open look. Good on the triple. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
Adams' shot is good. And here are the 76ers now. To the middle. Here's Oubre. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre. Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Houston. Williams comes in for Cam Whitmore. Butler, he's checked in for the 76ers. Green deciding where to go with it. And he drives in. That one goes in.
When you try to check Green in pick and roll action, you've got to stop him first.
The 76ers trail by 10. Pass to Embiid. Butler on the way. Embiid inside. Adams on him. Oubre. No one around him. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Williams for 3. It's hauled in by Edwards. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field. And what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them.
I've got pity for that rim right there, Joel Embiid. That's a big man banging that thing down.
Williams outside, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Oubre with it, now defended by Adams, beyond the arc. McCain's shot is off. Rockets leading by 5. Houston moving the ball around. Williams for 3. The Rockets with another miss. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. A nice shot by McCain.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Williams has a screen for Green. And Green slams it in.
Jalen Green has some serious hop. Yes, he does.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. It's a 5-point game. Embiid kicks to Edwards over Williams. Edwards, no good. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And it's Green missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Embiid. Rockets with the rebound. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Williams passes to Green. Back to Adams. Here's Williams. Out to the wing. Here's Shepard. Buries the long-range jumper.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And when Embiid first came into the NBA, folks wondered about his offense, but it became clear pretty fast, though, he can dominate at both ends of the court.
Let's find out the news on Tari Easton with David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Rockets' head athletic trainer. He did tell me that he believed it wasn't a severe injury, so that is good news. He'll have to set the rest of this one out, and it's unclear how much longer he'll be out afterwards. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Connects from 3-point range. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Well, they're passing to Oubre. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. From deep, Green. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Green's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Rockets. Here's McCain. Adams defending. Will it go? The kick outside to Butler. Rockets with the rebound. Shepard, the pass to Adams. He can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 14. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either.
I gotta tell you what, safe to say that was a good-looking play from start to finish.
Here's McCain. And that one is stuffed right through.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Embiid. That's tipped. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's McCain. Pulls up on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. McCain's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the 76ers. Here's Roddy. Here's Adams. Here's Whitmore. Off target from three-point range. Philadelphia has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Pass to Maxey. Here's Grimes. Here's Yabusele, covered by Smith. Takes it inside, and Whitmore throws it down.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. George is checked in for the 76ers.
First team foul. Onto the floor for the 76ers.
So it's Philadelphia now. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Smith. Holiday left side. Lets the three fly. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. George has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Here's Smith. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but well, he sure muscled that one in. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Maxey on the wing. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Hey, we've seen Maxey take the big jump. Now he's one of the game's best scorers.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Bounce pass Maxey. Here's Embiid. Rebound by Smith.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whips it.
Adams' shot is off. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Jabari Smith picks one up.
Boy, good stick-to-itiveness there from George. Sticks with the shot despite the foul that he gets while in the air.
Paul George. 2 shots.
And George drops them both. Rockets leading by 9. Here's Roddy. And the 3 off target. Philadelphia has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Yabusele. It's rebounded by Houston. Whitmore with it. Maxey covering. And Whitmore gets it to go on the assist by Smith. 13 points for Cam Whitmore. .144 left to play in the final quarter. Over to the left wing. 13 feet away. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Embiid's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Embiid's mid-range touch is really improving. It's noticeable.
Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when it is hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Nice shot by Smith.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Maxey against Holiday. Pass to Embiid. And 101 left in the fourth. And it's in there.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Rockets.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Holiday, traps in the tray.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oubre dishes to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. It's good from long range. Here's Holiday. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. Over in the corner, Williams. Pass to Roddy. Three-pointer. Williams' shot is off. So we see the Rockets get the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.